Adobe Express added a new feature. They can now generate presentations just like Canva and just like Notebook LM and Gemini. So let's do a little comparison and see what's going on. I'll start by clicking on the Generate Presentation tool. And I thought this was really cool. We can add files for it to reference. So the same way you can give Notebook LM a knowledge base and add files to Gemini to generate a presentation, we can do that right here in Adobe as well. And you can see right here, up to 150 pages across 10 documents. So that's a whole lot of information we can load in here. Let's go ahead and drop some files in. Now that it's processing through my files, we can go over to Customize. Do we want a short, medium, or long presentation? We can also give it a specific number of slides to follow. We can define our audience. So I thought it was interesting. There's not one specifically for education for students here. So what we're going to do is head down to Custom Audience and add students. Select custom audience and then deselect our general public there. And then we can go down to level of detail and pick how much detail we want in each slide. All the little spinning circles have stopped, so everything is processed. And now we just need to generate our prompt. So there we go. As I'm typing, it's auto-completing it for me. So focus on classification of organisms for middle school students. So that's going to be our prompt. And maybe we'll even add with an educational tone and hit next. You're also able to pick your template. This is the one I picked, and this is what Adobe gave me. So I do like that the editing now can fall to me. So this has actually created a rough draft for me to go in, and now I can easily fix it without needing to reprompt over and over and over again. I do have that option of asking for revisions via AI. But I find it's much easier just to go in and highlight the text and correct the text and change the text. I'm noticing my icons do not always line up with the content area. So I guess we could keep the microscope in there, but the food pyramid, I think I would go and edit. I like the Living Kingdoms icon there. Key traits, that works for me as well. And then this little icon looks fine as well. We head over in here, and then I don't think that really fits well with our classification, and especially here, the icon for clothes for amphibians versus reptiles. But again, all of this is editable. So whether I want to make it larger, smaller, delete it and replace it, or whatever I want to do. So I still like it for that. It gets me to that rough draft really quick. And then again, I'll continue to proof and go through here. I'm fine with that stock photo right there. I think that looks just fine in there, and I'll continue to proofread and go throughout. So, but overall, it gives me a nice brief synopsis of classification that I can then continue to fill in with a little bit of lecture portion and discussion and talking with my class. So I feel like it gives me a good outline and somewhere to start. So how does that compare to Notebook LM? Well, with Notebook LM's update, you can see there's a massive graphical difference here. So we have beautiful artwork, even the gradient light effect over here by the cell going over across the gecko and to the leaf. The art style is carried throughout the entire presentation, but I can't click on anything to edit it. I have to use AI to edit the whole thing. So let's keep rolling through. Again, graphics are better, images are better. This looks much more engaging. I did have it give me an outline, so I wanted it to be image heavy so I could talk about and discuss with my class the different things that we're looking for when we're classifying organisms. I'm showing you this so you have one more tool in your toolbox when you need to pull together a presentation. But this is something we have access to for free as teachers. So just another tool for you to hop in and use if you're, one, an Adobe fan, or two, just looking for a new tool to give your presentations a new spin.